Ho. We back at it. Another Sunday. Every Sunday. Every Sunday we get it in. We put in that work. And we starting the week off right. Preparation is key. Don't get ready. Be ready. Which is why we're here. Back at it again. And I'm just going to give y'all a little breakdown. Nothing crazy. Just a slight little breakdown, giving you guys my insight of what we can expect for the week. Trading wise. I break down all of the Forex pairs that I personally trade, as well as Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this part. Let's get straight into it, man. We get straight into it. So first pair I want to get into is UJ. UJ, as you can see, extremely bullish from the past week. Where am I at? Hold on, bro. I thought I had water. I guess I don't. I'm gonna just thug it out. But extremely bullish from this past week, which I didn't take advantage of. It is what it is. Going down to the 2 hour, obviously you can see that there were opportunities to get in. All amongst these zones, this was an opportunity, this was an opportunity. Opportunities everywhere. But I did not get in. It is what it is. Hope y'all caught some moves. If y'all didn't, there's always another opportunity. That's what I've learned. Never dwell on an opportunity that you miss, because there's always a new one. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're caught up in the last one where you missed the next one. Like, come on. But yeah, when it comes to UJ, we bounced off this area of, quite honestly, just area of liquidity. And what that typically means and how I interpret it, it's just an area of high, where the market just respects it a lot. Simple as that. Something that is highly respected. So we have an area of support, resistance, support. It hit it so many times. Every time it hits it, it's like, oh, other way. So yeah, came back to that area and rejected it. So what can we expect from that move? I expect it to continue bullish, quite honestly, and just to say this as simply as possible. I mean, we could just draw a fib from, I'll draw a fib from right here. And let me take a lot of this off. This is just my notes from the week, just documenting and following along with the markets. But we can draw a point A, point B right here, and point C, excellent, exquisite, 61.8%. Also flowing with the moving average. I like to see it. So I'm expecting a bullish move, ultimately hitting this negative 27%. Excuse me. So I like to go about things in confluences and making sure everything matches up with each other. So we have the 27%, also close to this area of, like I said earlier, liquidity, just a high impacting respected area. Also we have some rejections up here. So I try to like get everything into this one TP zone. So like, and amongst this entire range, right, we can expect it to hit within the next maybe week or two, maybe even 3, which I doubt, but hey, it could happen. What I'm looking at for now is, so I can expect something like a slight pullback down here, and then that push breaking above this area, and then ultimately just continuing with that structure of bullish behavior. But yeah, I'm just going to be waiting and looking deeply into how this formulates within the next few hours, and could even take a day. But yeah, just waiting for that higher low to formulate and that push to erupt from there. GJ, which I don't trade, I'll go back to that. Hold on. GU. So also bullish here. We came all the way up to this area of resistance. Now, initially, I had thought that price was going to keep pushing. That was my first kind of projection, was that we're going to just keep flowing with this overall bullish move, overall bullish flow in the market. So I had to fit from point A, point B. Point C came down to the to 78.6% PRZ zone. And as you can see, it started flowing back up, which this was a move that I was looking into. Didn't catch the move because no excuses. I didn't catch the move. And came up here. Came exactly up to this area of resistance, or that previous high. And once you go down to the smaller time frames, which I did do, came down to the 15 and 30 minute. And I was just highlighting these highs, failing to break above, failing to break above, failing to break above. All that screams in my head is bearish. So all it took was a break and pullback, which it did do. Broke, pulled back, move. Simple as that. Didn't catch this move. This is just a projection, like if I were to catch it, how would it look from a risk to reward standpoint. But yeah, nice little move. What we can expect when it comes to the next week, we're still bearish. As you can see, the low is still lower than this low, and we're still breaking lows. I'm still kind of watching this area closely because technically it could still go bullish. I'm looking at things from all types of different perspectives. We could have a trend line from here. I mean, technically it's bearish. It's bearish from like just looking at this, but from a daily time frame perspective, I wouldn't be surprised if it does create that bearish move, breaks below here, and it could simply just be a pullback on the higher time frames, still flowing along with this bullish market, and could still go to the upside. But in terms of what we were looking at on the 4-hour, 2-hour, let's go to the 4-hour. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go bearish from here, especially as it's breaking lows, having lower highs, stuff like that. If that starts to consistently occur, then yeah, I can see that going to the bearish side of things on the daily time frame for GJ, which I don't really trade anymore. But I did see a move last week, which I did catch, but lost. And let me show you guys why I lost and how I lost. So as you can see, what I was looking at here was lower high. It's those small, subtle things that I noticed that in my head, I'm like, okay, we're bearish or potentially going bearish. Lower high, lower high. We have this bearish trend line, right? And the lows or the highs start to get lower and lower and lower. So first thing that really got in my mind that said, okay, we should sell is this breakup structure. We had this area of support. What did it do? It broke and it pulled back. I'm always adamant on a pullback to the area of interest, which it did do. In this circumstance, I placed a sell limit, meaning that I didn't actually press sell. I said I want to execute a sell order when it hits this area, which was that area of previous support. So I placed a sell limit because I was in a meeting, manager's meeting at where I work. So I was like, I don't want to get too caught up in it. I still want to be intensively listening to what is going on. So I placed the limit, came up here, executed the order, but it hit my stop loss, which I could have executed that better. I guess stops could have been up here to really get ourselves out of that range for our stops to get hit. Another thing I learned is that I think it's best to get in on a market execution next time when it comes to those pullbacks, because you can never really dictate where it's going to stop at. I thought it was going to stop here. It didn't. It kept going, and it came all the way up to this previous area of resistance. You just never really know. So I think it's best to really just pay attention to everything that's going on, and to execute whenever you see is best fit. Looking at a bearish candle, looking at bearish engulfings, like looking at breaks of structure, stuff like that. This would have probably been the best entry, or after like this pullback right here, you see right there, that would have been the best entry rather than just getting it on a limit all the way down here. But you kind of live and you learn as you go. That's that. To give y'all some insight on where we could go within the next few weeks, that's still bullish to me. Breaking structure, broke all of this structure, bullish. I see it coming back for a potential bullish move. To keep going, I'm gonna put my fill from point A, point B, and somewhere down here could potentially formulate a point C. So we'll just have to see in real time. Gold, something I've also been looking at, waiting for the break of this entire zone, which it did on Friday. It was a Wednesday? I thought it was Friday. No, the pullback was on Friday. Yeah, the pullback was on Friday, which I missed. But now I'm starting to see this higher low, which has me like, higher low right here. So next thing is just seeing if it breaks above here. If it does, then we're bullish. If it doesn't, we're continuing this bearish flow after breaking this entire area. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. EJ, I've been saying for the past like month now, ugly, ugly, ugly. We've reached this area of resistance, so I wouldn't be surprised if it makes like some type of move to the downside, some type of bearish move. But I haven't really been paying much attention to it due to, like, look at this. I drew this not smiley face, but sad face a while ago, long time ago. Still here, and it's still ugly. But yeah, I do see that support. But like, look at the moving average, just sideways for the most part, meaning that there's no real direction, not up, not down, just I don't know, man. I can see it. Okay. To at least try to give an effort. Higher low, bullish, broke this high. So I wouldn't be surprised if it creates some type of short-term bearish move from this area of resistance, creates a higher low, and keeps going like that. I don't know. Then lastly is Bitcoin. Cool. Steady flow, 94,734. 190. Yeah. Cool. I don't know what else to say. AU, nah. But yeah, that's been that. I really didn't want to make this video, but I've got to. This is just part of the routine and positive actions, and it just keeping things consistent. That means way more than motivation. The habit tracker. Hold on, bro, you gotta move. Gotta show them the habit tracker real quick. Decent week, but still could have been better. I didn't do any Spanish. I won't even lie to y'all. Was supposed to do my Spanish. I working out, doing my trading journal, reading at least 5 pages a day, 3 reels a day, and then Spanish. So yeah, let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14, 30. Dang, that's horrible. That's pretty bad. I won't even lie. Sub 50%, but let's exclude the Spanish. Okay, let's exclude the Spanish. I just added that last week. But yeah, for the sake of percentages, let's just take that out. And then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 24. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So still not the best, 58% if we were to exclude the Spanish, but I mean, Friday was a crazy day, I won't even lie. As soon as I left work, I had to drive to Durham and then drive back. I was gone. I won't even lie. If I were to work out, I would have had to do it at like 10, 11 at night, which still no excuses, but I was gone. Saturday, I was just pretty much zoned out, kept to myself, and yeah, went to the office, worked a little bit, but it still wasn't on my A game. Yeah, but yeah, could have been better, always could have been better. Striving for success, most def. Look at my neck. Icy Tech, called a vet. I'm depressed. Let me stop. Y'all can't handle it. I was going to end off with something. I mean, look at all this stuff, man. I'm just trying to motivate myself and inspire myself all the time. Always looking for more, greater, bigger, better, badder. And I mean, looking at these different prop firms, man. This one I heard for the first time yesterday. I was like, what type of prop firm is these? Saw it on an ad. May just try one of these accounts. May just try a slight little 10,000 for 135. So not too much risk. Instant funding, I don't know about this 20% consistency. I hate consistency rules. I had a previous pass with them. Hate them. So I may do something else. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to elevate and get myself in new positions, new environments. I'm 22, man. Like, I'm not gonna get any younger. So time is now. And before you know it, I gotta get out of my situation in terms of having a job, which takes over everything trading wise. I've been trying to be consistent, and I have been consistent when it comes to content creation, but trading, it has been kind of put in the backseat due to my full-time job, which I even allocate time after work, after those hours. So things will definitely be changing within the next few months. Honestly, I have to level up in some way this year at this age. Simple as that. Yeah, I've been trying to revitalize my Instagram as well, so I'll link that in this video down below. Yeah, follow the TikTok as well. We're doing it all, man. Doing it all. Appreciate y'all for watching. Another Sunday, just grinding it out and preparing for the week. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.